It's the 17th of September 2020, and we've got a Medicane spiraling in towards Greece. And it has so many names, this Medicane. Greece Weather Service has assigned the name Ianos, and the German Weather Service has used the name Udine, and the Turkish have used the name Tulpar, and the Italians use the name Casilda. So there you go. I don't know why they can't agree on a name, but they can't agree on a name. But for us, we'll go with Ianos, and I have no idea if that's pronounced correctly. We did get an ASCAP pass at 20 UTC around on the 16th, and it showed that there were tropical storm force winds, according to the scatterometer at least, that was getting up to above 40 knots. These systems are associated with upper level cold core lows that trigger groups of thunderstorms over the ocean. This is way back on September 9th, and you can see thunderstorms over near Sardinia. This is associated with an upper level low dipping down. And actually looks like it got a circulation on the 11th of September and kind of died away, but then things picked up as it approached and even picked up some dust off the Sahara there on the 14th of September, and then began spinning up better on the 15th, and then the 16th yesterday. There it goes. These are tricky storms to forecast because of the complex environment with all the topography, and you need to get that storm just forming in the sweet spot where there's enough ocean for it to spin up. If you go back to the 0Z 14th of September, so about 3 days ago, this was a forecast. If we go forward to the 16th, you'll see that all it had was a little disturbance down on the coast of Africa, and nothing actually spun up at all, and this is going into 17th and 18th. Nothing at all. Jump forward to today's forecast, and this is what we've got. Since we're in the European area, we get to look at some fun new models, but let's start with the European Center model. And you can see it's resolving the circulation with a lot of thunderstorms all around the storm system. It does come in as we head into Friday with the bands and interior core making landfall on the islands there, and one of them is Kefalonia. I'm not sure about the other ones, but it does loom around for a while, bringing very strong winds and heavy rain. How strong, we'll have to check. This is the rainfall and thunderstorms, but it lingers through Friday and then brings heavy rain to southwestern Greece as it spirals down the coast in this model. Let's look at the sustained surface winds. And if it's up in the blues, then that's tropical storm force winds. If we see anything up into the lighter cyan type stuff, then that's hurricane force. Actually, in this model, we don't see that. It goes to tropical storm force. Let's do a quick check. That is 48 knots, so tropical storm force, but less than hurricane force as it goes into those islands, bringing strong tropical storm force winds. There's quite significant topography on these islands too, so they can expect some wind enhancements on the higher mountains for sure. And then the storm heads off into the coast and into southwestern Greece. The islands in question are Kefalonia and Zakynthos, and I've been to Kefalonia, actually felt a small earthquake there. It does have mountains that are over 1,000 meters high in the center. The icon model is a bit different. It's actually a bit stronger. As the storm comes in towards, roughly on a similar track towards these islands, you can see that the winds are picking up to be a tad stronger. We've got 66 knots, so hurricane force winds, and actually making landfall, we've got winds that are now up to 75 knots, well into category 1 hurricane strength as the storm approaches and passes over the island. So I don't know which of these models is more accurate. I would venture to say to go halfway between the two and go for a strong tropical storm force wind system moving into these islands, which is in itself highly significant. Definitely with the icon getting up to hurricane force, we can't rule out a category 1 hurricane landfall on these islands. As well as the wind and rain, we've got waves, very large waves actually. As the storm approaches, these are the European Center wave model And we've got 6 meter or 5 to 6 meter waves actually on this side of the storm, 6 meters. As it comes in, that's coming into Zakynthos with 5 to 6 meter high waves in the ECMWF model. So you can expect surge and high winds, as well as tropical storm to hurricane force winds and torrential heavy rain, potentially anchored thunderstorms and lingering. This is a pretty significantly hazardous situation. Here's the total accumulated rainfall as the storm system comes in. The area getting the most of the rain is Kefalonia and into Zakynthos in the GFS model, but the GFS may not be correctly producing the track. Uncertain. Certainly any movement further onshore and there would be major rain for southwestern Greece. But anyway, definitely Kefalonia and Zakynthos are going to get a ton of rain and strong winds. Checking in on the lightning. Well, wow, look at it. It's ticking away in the storm system. It's really got active lightning just going off constantly. Very concentrated lightning, particularly on that northern side of the storm system. Yeah, looking at the infrared, you can see the storms are piling into actually southern Italy. Looking like they get some very heavy rain and thunderstorms. Sentinel-3 satellite also got some pretty nice views of the storm. That was yesterday. Sea surface temperatures are pretty warm in the Genesis region. They're actually up to 26 to 28 Celsius by the looks of things. And is that different from normal? Yes, it is. Actually, most of the Mediterranean is above normal. The grey is normal, the greens are below normal, and all of the rest is above normal. So in the region of Genesis and towards the Greece coast, the temperatures are about 1 to 2 degrees above normal for the ocean surface. Greece is 3 hours ahead of GMT, 3 hours ahead of UTC, so looks like landfall is on the islands in the middle of the day on Friday, with the storm then hanging around Greece through Friday and venturing off on Saturday. So there you have it, an unusual Medicane. Not unprecedented, but it's the question is whether it's going to really wrap up and spin up. It's got quite a lot of deep convection at the moment on the northern flank, but it hasn't got a closed eye or anything. Regardless, if you're on Kefalonia or Zakynthos, get ready for at least tropical storm force conditions. Potentially hurricane force can't be ruled out. Torrential downpours. Batten down the hatches. It's going to be stormy.